East is that way. West is that way. Lake Superior is right over there. And it's cold. It is. Whew, yesterday was 30 degrees. Today, look, we're putting on layers.
14.
14, but it feels like colder. So, started off the day with a little bit of rain, which wasn't a problem. But for my bike, which has no protection, it had rained on the road before we got to it. So all the water came up the road, off the road, and onto me, which I really should have put rain pants on. I should have. Because I knew it was going to rain somewhere for a little bit. But I kind of forgot and went right into it. And so now my jeans are soaked. Took off my jeans. And I just have my long johns on with rain pants over top. My feet are soaking wet from like 5 o'clock this morning. And my feet are going to be wet all day. So, yeah, this is definitely the hardest day of the trip. Like, I kind of knew it was going to be. And I've been a little bit irritable because I know it's going to be a long, tough day. And, but we'll get through it. Right, hon?
Yep.
We'll do it.
We will do it.
Kenora or bust, right? So it got so cold by Lake, just 5 minutes ago by Lake Superior that I was worried that my feet would never warm up. But like for the most part, I wasn't worried about getting wet because I figured the sun would come out, and even if I was damp, it wasn't going to be cold, right? But it was so cold by Lake Superior that I was beginning to wonder. I think we'll be okay, hon.
Yeah.
Freezing cold, so we're gonna have some hot chocolate on the side of the road. There was some amazing scenery, and this is not nearly the best of it, but we wanted to pull over somewhere safe. We're not too far outside of town. Put the lid on, it'll be faster. And put it. Oh, yeah. And, hey, hon?
Cold. Cold, cold, cold.
I'm glad I'm sharing this adventure with you.
Same here. That's cold. Cold, cold, cold. That's it.
Beautiful Waikiki. Oh, sorry. Wrong map. Okay. We're near, getting very close to Nipigon. We're in Uppsala. It's already starting to look like Manitoba, which looks like Newfoundland, actually. Well, the trees are very reminiscent of Newfie trees. Anyway, it got hot again, thankfully. So it was cold for a long, long, long time. Right into Thunder Bay, it was kind of cold, but not as cold as it was last time. So Thunder Bay warmed up a couple of degrees, and now we're in way northern Ontario in Uppsala, and we're hot.
We're hot? Yes. It's hot. It's suntan lotion. For my bald pate.
Your helmet covers that.
I know.
We pulled off the road there, and so just to take a break, we're near this town called Ignace, 20 kilometers from it, and this was a long dead animal, and you can smell another one somewhere over there. So this seems to be some kind of a dump. But at least it's not a gas station, so we're actually stopped in a quiet spot. That's kind of nice, and like I said, I'd rather be camping than moteling it, but it is what it is. Hey, hon.
Yes.
For the last, 30, 40 miles, do you feel like we're in big sky country?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Like it was like just suddenly the sky looked big.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'd say so. Definitely.
Well, I usually broadcast from the pillow. What a day. There was a little bell in the back of my head saying, Alan, I might be too old for this kind of adventure. But hey, you know what? We gotta do it. So I guess for a few years now, I've probably been struggling with probably what is sciatica. And like I would bike to work, and it's like I don't know, 45-minute hard ride. And be fine. But I couldn't, after I got off the bike, I had trouble walking at first. So, I know I've always had a little issues with my back, that part of my back. I always thought it was like some kind of sciatica, but like, what's that? Please. So I kind of wondered what it was, what was, anyway, I'm trying to hide my double chin here. It doesn't look as bad in real life, I think. Alright, so I spent a minute and a half talking about nothing so far. I guess that's typical. So today was the hardest day. I knew it was going to be a long day, trying to accomplish the impossible. And we did it. We got to Kenora. In 15 hours. It took us 15 hours to get here. And it only took us 15 because it's actually a quicker, you actually move quicker from Wawa to Kenora than you move from Toronto to Wawa. I guess there's more delays, there's more towns to go through. Wawa to Kenora, Wawa to Thunder Bay, there's a huge dry spell of like no towns. And then Thunder Bay to Kenora is like Highway 7 down in Leonard County. So it suddenly seems to have a warmer climate once you get north of Lake Superior. But it's kind of weird. There's amazing landscapes, phenomenal sights to see. Because we're on bikes, I'm not taking pictures. I'm not even going to attempt to try to tape my camera to my windshield. I don't have the desire to even try that. I know I could probably get good footage, but you know what? Alan has a GoPro, and he has taken some amazing footage of this trip. If you want commentary and stop by stop and after the fact, you can watch my YouTube. If you want the real trip, you can watch Alan's YouTube. I think it's his name. I'll keep you up to date on that because he's got some phenomenal footage of this entire trip from his GoPro that's attached to his helmet. Some of the most beautiful sights we've seen are not in photos. Like, there's a lot of lonely, desolate areas. The north is wilderness, like desolate. You really feel like you're on your own in the north. It's got this cold feel about it. The group of 7 painted all those cold paintings. And it's definitely got a cold feel to it. Yeah, so we made it to Dryden, where Dryden is just about an hour from Kenora, and that's when my back said I'm done. So I could not lift my right leg off the bike. And I took 2 row backs and laid on my back and Dryden just laid on the ground on my back. I'll include a picture for your amusement because Alan, we had to laugh. It was either laugh or cry, and I'm telling you, I was gonna cry, and it wasn't because, oh, this is a wrench on our trip. Trips always have wrenches. I was gonna cry because I'm free. I'm old. I'm old. I can't move. I've got some serious sports injuries from an accumulation of them from long ago, and what can you do when you have old injuries that now are really, you're paying for them? So we're in Kenora now. Kenora is a lovely, lovely town. And I don't even know what I'm talking about. I haven't seen it. Driven through it. It's so far like it. It's very cute, very pretty town. We've been here for all of like 2 seconds before we went and locked ourselves into our hotel room. The motel has a wonderful bath. All they had left was a king suite. Didn't matter because the king suite comes with a deep bath. A really deep bath. And that's what I wanted. So I soaked in that tub. Oh, yeah, I took the 2 row backs and laid on my back for like 40 minutes and dried and got back on the bike and we rode to Kenora. So hopefully I'll wake up with a leg that cooperates tomorrow. But yeah, I have knees that want to give out and I have a leg that wants to give out. Just without warning. Like, nothing has to set it off without explanation. So yeah, that's life. Do I have any other comments? Good night. It's recording now? Okay. So yeah, as you can see, Alan needs his rest. This is actually his vacation. There's the camera. This is actually his vacation. And if I'm pushing him, he gets no break. It's not the best thing for him. I really thought we could do it. Actually, I thought there was a possibility we're too old for this. But I thought just because it's a possibility doesn't mean you shouldn't try. So we tried. And now we know for sure we can't do long days on the road anymore. Even though it's on the bikes, and yes, technically bikes are harder to ride than a car. I know I can't do it in a car either. Sciatic nerve, it doesn't matter if it's a bike or a car. You just can't sit that long. You can't sit forever. And I've sat pretty much my whole life. Yeah, life of partying finally caught up with me. Anyways, so Alan's been working extra hard because I couldn't. My leg was just a dead weight, dragging and in pain. He basically has been on double duty on top of the extra long hours on the road. So I want to keep heading west. I'm looking out our motel window and I see the road heading west, and we can't do it. So we're gonna hole up here in Kenora for a couple of days and then take our sweet time going back to Toronto. Kenora is as far as Jacksonville, Florida from Toronto. Only we just haven't left Ontario yet. Ontario's huge, so there's a lot to see. There's a lot to see on the way back. We're going to stop and take our time, and I promise there will be some amazing videos, even though it's not the Rockies and it's not the prairies in Saskatchewan. Lake Superior is a phenomenal landmark. Land, what do you call those natural things? Landscape. And just commentary. One thing I realized too is everybody's feeling cooped up right now, and we are really keeping to ourselves on this trip. Obviously, but I tell you, the whole world's feeling cooped up. So getting out of the city is usually good for the brain for anybody. And I think anybody who lives in a small town should get out of their small town and go into the city once in a while, or go to another town at least. I mean, traveling is good for the brain and the heart and all the mental health. But I will say this, that coming out here for some reason, when we stayed in Wawa last night, there's a news report that the Arctic Ocean has a certain thousands of tons of plastic in it. The Arctic Ocean is filled with microscopic bits of plastic. Like, okay, big cities are polluted, but it turns out in the middle of nowhere is polluted as well. Like, we know this, not surprised by it, but still, when you're out here and you know that, you really realize there's only one option in life. You can't get away from the pollution no matter where you go. You can't get away from the tainted water or the polluted air. There's only one option. And, we know what the truth is. I'm rambling, but so I'm getting a little personal here. I admit that having really cool friends out in Alberta have said that we would fit in out there. And I'm sure we would. It's not like we don't fit in Toronto. Toronto's our home. And Alberta, I've never seen it. Something about it is calling. But you know what? Faraway places have always called to me. As long as I can remember. Doesn't mean it's the right thing to do, but traveling is never the wrong thing to do. I'm going to say that. Traveling's never the wrong thing to do. You could travel too much and get distracted by that for more important things, yes. But when the timing is right, travel's always the right thing to do. And when it's, you don't make it your life, as long as you don't make it your life. But anyways, I'm rambling again. But yeah, the whole idea of having a piece of land and building my own things and looking after our own property does sound really nice. However, I'm in my 40s and I have really life of partying will catch up to you. No, just the way things are, I couldn't take on doing hard labor now, looking after a property. I couldn't do it. I physically can't do hard labor And I couldn't try if I wanted to. Like, I could try, but I won't. I'll put my back out. So you gotta kind of grow up with stuff like that in order to make it work, or start really early. I'm getting a little emotional, but I've been emotional for pretty much since I got laid off, which is due to COVID. And it's not like, I mean, it's a part-time job. I really like the company I worked for, but it's not that. It's just, I think everybody's feeling mental pressure. A friend of mine put it really well about a month ago, longer than a month ago. A friend of mine put it really well. She says we have to be very delicate with how we deal with each other. I mean, we just learned that at the meeting today too, but we have to be very delicate with how we deal with each other, because there's there's emotional fragility in the air right now. The air is thick. That's what she said. The air is thick with emotional fragility. And it's true. Everybody's just on a little thin string. On the other hand, I kind of wanted this to be, I was going for epic. I considered doing a motorcycle trip around southern Ontario, like London and Wheatley and Sarnia area, without going into any of the cities. But I thought, southern Ontario, kind of seen it. I'm going to go somewhere we haven't seen. We could do it, we could do it, we could do it. And I kept thinking, we could do it. If we try, we could do it. But you can't control everything, and when a nerve gives out, a nerve gives out. So I'm not whining about it anymore. It happens. I'm not, and please don't feel sorry for me or for us, because we're still on vacation. We're still enjoying Kenora. We're gonna see the sights, the nature. Kenora is very close to Lake of the Woods, and there's a beautiful lake right outside our window, and we're gonna have some amazing scenery on the way back. So that before, I promise you, the videos that I'm gonna be able to post from Lake Superior on the way back to Toronto, they're gonna blow you away. I mean, it's not the Rockies, not Saskatchewan, but it's phenomenal. There are some places that we rode through, and yes, it was freezing. It was cold riding through these areas, and we just kind of kept the motors humming, and we'll get to the next town in 80 kilometers. Just do it. And but those areas, fog was like dropping in between these cliffs, these just rocks, these cliffs that are, it is so rugged. I've seen pictures of Alaska, and it looked like Alaska. And I thought, man, if anything happens to you out here, ain't nobody gonna come get you. You're on your own. I mean, this is no man's land. It's really beautiful. It's cool. It's really cool to feel that alone, but not alone, but just rugged nature. Oh yeah, when I was saying like Kenora and Dryden kind of look like Manitoba, it's not that I've ever seen Manitoba before, but I've seen the license plates, and it looks a lot like that. Where we are right now looks like that. So Alan's gonna sleep for as long as he wants to, and I'm feeling a bit better. At times I can walk around almost normally, but then it acts up again. So I'm gonna take a full 2 days here and just chill. And catch up on reading. I mean, it's not like I haven't had time to read, but I'm gonna do some reading. Okay, until we go somewhere, I'm signing off. Yeah, so all that they had in Kenora, we booked a room online and it was a dump when we got there. I mean a dump. And so I said, no, this isn't happening. Want our money back. And we found a room here and all they had left was the King Suite here in Super 8. And you know what? I'm fine with that. King Suite's all right with me. So this is one of the many lakes. We have a really great view out this window. It's really nice. So yes, that is the Trans-Canada Highway right out the window there. That goes all the way to the Pacific Ocean from Newfoundland. Actually, from Nova Scotia. Because obviously the highway doesn't go into Newfoundland because it's separated by the Gulf of St. Lawrence. Anyways, obviously I feel like talking. So, forgot what I was going to say now. Oh yeah, I don't remember looking at the weather this morning, which kind of led to this decision to short turn, technically speaking. See the water on the road? It's sunny out, but the road's still wet. Yeah, I got rain gear. So that's wouldn't have been an issue. The issue is, I was looking at the weather, and it was 12 degrees here this morning, and it's going to be like 14 degrees across Manitoba, and in the afternoon in Manitoba it'll be tops 18 degrees. My threshold for riding, period, on my bike, dressed with really warm clothes and rain gear and all that, is 14 degrees. Below 14, I'll say no. On Alan's bike, he can go in a bit colder weather. His bike is a Goldwing, though, so it has, like, the cowling and the around the handlebars. Like, he's just very protected from the wind, and I'm not. So, yeah. I don't know if you can see me with the wonderful light coming in. But yeah, when you put it that way, riding across... I'm just doing a video, hun. Talking. So, the thing is, 14 degrees is doable, like if we go to Hamilton from Toronto. But across Manitoba, that is really on the line. And since we pushed ourselves already enough the past 2 days, it's kind of realistically impossible. It's impossible if we try to do that long a distance in cooler weather. And you can't predict the weather. I looked ahead of time that it said it was going to be a little bit better than that. I did look, and it looked pretty clear most of the way. But still, who knew? Who knew that my nerve would act up, right?
Yes, unfortunately.
Whatever. Any other comments? How was your nap?
Oh, it was great. I need more sleep, like a baby. When you get older, you need more sleep. So
Yeah. So you want to spend the day sleeping?
no.
It's nice and sunny out.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna go somewhere today?
Maybe.
Where?
Probably to a takeout place.
Takeout place.
Food
Yeah.
and come back.
Yeah. I want to keep going west, hon, but it's just not happening. My leg won't work. I'm looking at the road and I want to go west.
Same here. It'd be nice to go west.
We'll make a trip of it.
Mm-hmm.
Another year and make way more time.
Mm-hmm.
Car or bikes?
Bikes.
I need not ask.
Mm-hmm.
Asked Alan just now, what are you looking at? What'd you say?
Pictures of you lying on the ground.
Pictures of me lying on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Just have to find out which one you want to send.
You already sent me one.
Just another one I could send you.
Oh, the one you sent me is good enough. What are your thoughts?
Of you lying on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
That we should take more time.
We don't have time.
Yes, we do.
To get to Alberta?
No, we don't have time for that.
That's kiboshed.
Mm-hmm. The next time, plan to have more time.
Okay, what are your thoughts? What are your feelings?
I had a good nap.
That's not a feeling.
Helps the mood.
Helps the what? Helps the mood?
Yeah.
Okay, a nap helps the mood.
Mm-hmm.
What are your feelings about pictures of me lying on the ground? Are you laughing?
Oh, yeah, that's kind of funny, actually.
See, don't feel sorry for us.
That's a good one. Let me send that one to you.
And as you noticed, Al usually puts me in a better mood. Usually, not all the time.
Here comes a picture, huh?
Oh, another picture of me lying on the ground?
Well, you wanted it, so you can send it.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Everybody you can see that picture too.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it turns out to be.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Any more thoughts?
No.
Deep thoughts? Words of wisdom?
No.
Al's inspirational sayings?
No.
I don't want to stop recording. I don't know why. I'm bored, I guess.
Okay, I have to go poop.
Yeah, that'll do it. In case anyone wonders why I'm wearing white pants on a Harley Davidson, they're not white pants. They're long johns.
Well, they are
Because
white pants.
they're not. They're long johns, but I wouldn't normally wear white on a motorcycle, but
Mm-hmm.
It rained first thing yesterday morning, but not really on us, just on the road. And I thought, it's barely raining. I don't really need to get out my rain gear. But as we went down the road, it had rained on the road before we got to it, and all the water came up off the road onto me, and my jeans were soaked. And yes, my feet were soaked all day. So anyways, I just took off my wet jeans and just wore my long johns under rain pants, but then it got too hot for the rain pants later in the day. I just took off the rain pants. So there you go. Thus the white pants. Okay, I don't need to explain every little detail.